Piers is the one who will deliver 100%, and you will get other people trying to promote that type of stuff, but Piers is like proper genuine. I believed him from the start. I trust the process. I've got results, and now my stress levels are down. And use Piers, go for him. If you want to build a business, he'll do it right, and you're going to be amazed at the results at the end of the 4-week or 5, whatever it takes process. But yeah, go for it. And then we started getting these inquiries through Airbnb for 30 days, 60 days. Even had an inquiry the other day for 6 months.
Wow.
And that was a crazy one. So
well, this is how we're going to start. Geoff is a client of mine. Welcome to this client interview, and today we're going to share some of his amazing results we've achieved, not only while we're working together. Just to let you know also, this interview was taken probably, I'd say, anywhere up to 8 weeks ago. I've got a bunch of client interviews that I've not posted on social media or YouTube at the moment. So this is another one I love to share. But before we do that, let me roll you some of the results he's got after working with me. And it's probably been about 8 to 10 weeks after handover, and he's actually got a lot more results, especially long-term, especially direct bookings, and making a lot of returns through his properties and his portfolio. So this client interview you do not want to miss. Geoff is actually going to share you some of the really good gem in this video. And not only that, I'm so grateful again to share some of my client results in a nutshell, to know that, this guy, let's talk about maybe 3-4 years ago when he first got into sourcing and somehow felt into management of short-term rental business, and over 2020 things didn't go well. He had to give up his management business, but actually when it came back to 2021, he wanted to make sure he came back to the business, but also as a management company, as well as having his own unit, he wanted to make sure he gets profitable units for himself, but also invest on his management business with myself and GrowYourBnB to be able to get his investors a lot of long-term direct profitable bookings. So look, I'm really excited to share his results. In the next video, I'm going to share you now our client interview.
All right, let's go. Guys, welcome back to another video of mine, another client case study. I'm really excited. It's been a while actually, I haven't done a client case study video, but now I've got Geoff here, who is an amazing, not an entrepreneur, but he's built some serious business behind him, and I'd love to welcome him to this client interview. Mate, how you doing?
yeah, not too bad, mate. You?
Yeah, really good. Thank you. Firstly, thank you so much for taking out time and doing this client interview for us. So just a background about yourself. So you've been obviously in the business for a while in service accommodation industry, short-term rental industry. And also today obviously we've worked together for growing your brand, right? For your short-term rental brand. So yeah, people out there would love to know who you are, what you do. You also have different part of your business which you offer. So yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so I started quite a few years ago with the property sourcing, got into that, accidentally fell into property management and also the service accommodation. Yeah. We've been doing SA now for a few years, and from the beginning it was just a matter of, relying on the typical Airbnb, booking.com platforms. Yeah. And you kind of realise as you go along that you can't just depend on them. And I think, one good thing about the lockdown that happened to me is give me a lot of time to think, to kind of step back and adjust and think about my business and how I'm going to grow it, rather than just putting a few apartments out there and hoping for the best and thinking, oh yeah, I've made this much this month and that much that month. It's a business and it's got to be treated like a business, and that's what I've done in the lockdown, and pulled away from a few apartments that we previously had. And now it's the business of unique accommodation, where using yourself as a brand, it's made it possible for us to be seen, get noticed, look professional, and get them bookings in the long term. So it's been brilliant, mate, and it's working quite well.
Absolutely. And one thing I wanted to, normally I say to my clients, let's take it back to when we onboarded you, because when we really onboarded you, you were on the verge of saying, Piers, maybe I should use unique as a brand versus actually I might use something else, right? So we also had that conversation in audit. One of the things I want to ask you is, why did you decide? Because about 8 weeks ago, you were just about to say, Piers, I want to build my brand, but you've been watching me for a while. I've helped a lot of clients, right? What made you think, what was one thing you went, actually now is the time for you to invest on building your short-term rental branding?
A lot of things, mate. So, on a personal level, it was a matter of, listen, I'm going to go into this. I've got to do it full time. I've got to treat it like a proper business, and it can't be treated differently. It can't be just a bit of cash flow on top of what else you're doing. It's a proper business, and if you treat it that way, it's going to work out. And what maybe noticed you, Piers, was you do get a lot of people on Facebook promoting this, that, and you can make this much, and we've done this. And just straight away, I knew by yourself, Piers, that you were the real deal. And I've seen all the results that you were doing for the people that I've been connected for on Facebook for quite some time. Yeah, and that amazed me how it was done. And I didn't have no idea how you done it, which obviously it's because it's what you do. But then I knew by the results that you were doing, the credibility that you were gaining from other clients, and I just knew it was going to work.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, you're not a small client of mine. You've got several properties that you've taken again in a block, and for us to get you results mean we have to really work hard to be able to do what you want to achieve. So look, now you invested, and I do want to take it back a little bit, because I think we've had a little bit of challenge in between, and I think it's very fair for people who's watching this video to actually understand this as well. And I think I'll proudly share this, and I think you'll probably agree to this as well, is we opened your new block calendar. We did a minimum of 7 nights, right, booking, so people could only book you 7 nights and above, so we can aim to get you long-term booking. And what happened?
I opened it up for 2 days.
Yeah, you did.
Panic mode.
But before we say that, okay, the reason why you did that was because you never had bookings come through for maybe 3-4 days, I would say, right?
Yeah.
And you decided to open your calendar for a minimum of 2 nights booking.
Yeah.
What happened?
We started getting it minimum 2 nights, and it was just weekends, and that just delayed or kind of stopped us getting the 7 nights to 30 nights or even longer. And on a personal level, I kind of messed it up a little bit, but I knew I trusted you, but it was a matter of, listen, I'm paying so many thousands of pounds for rent, and what am I going to do if it doesn't happen? Even though I had 100% faith in you, it was just that panic mode where I just thought, I need to get a few bookings just for now.
Yeah, and that's totally fine, by the way. The reason why I'm sharing this is people watching the video need to understand how you probably have a very clear picture now about it's okay to have empty calendars as long as you've got a very good strategy of branding in place. Because what we effectively did was then we started looking at your calendar going, oh my God, you've got all these properties now booked in all over the weekend. Now you've got this Monday to Friday. What do we do next, right? Yeah. So, I mean, we used several strategies to get you out there, right? So then we were sitting down going, well, now you've got all this weekend booked till August for all your properties, or mostly all your properties. And then we started looking at how do we now achieve your Monday to Friday bookings, right? Yeah. So overall, it's been what a journey, because we put some very good strategy on a weekly basis to be able to achieve what we've achieved today. So what happened next? So what are your clients? Well, I mean, firstly, you've got your properties now. Some of them are booked for 30 nights. Some of them are booked for 14 nights. Talk me about it. What's happened in the last 4 weeks?
Yeah, so coming on with yourself, Piers, I knew it was a process, and I trusted the process 100%, because I went into panic mode, got the 2 days, and then you adjusted it to get me the weekly bookings. We did, after the first month of June, I did go back and say, listen, we need to, keep these calendars open for 30 days. And what we've done, we kept the calendar open for July with no minimum stays for 2 nights. It was just 7 or 30. Yeah. And then we started getting these inquiries through Airbnb for 30 days, 60 days. Even had an inquiry the other day for 6 months. Wow. And that was a crazy one. So they're still ringing me back all the time, just doing a few checks with regard to the clients that they want to put in there. It was a company from Scotland that called me. And also got a few inquiries from Situ as well, which is, as everyone knows, it's a big company. And I think, obviously, well, I know the way you've done my brand, and that's sticking out there in front of the people who are big players in the service accommodation.
Yeah, and they're finding you organically, and that's exactly what we wanted to achieve. Now, let me ask you a question. If you were, because a lot of people who watch this video, they're always either people who are starting their journey or people who are, have already started working on their branding, but they would always be hesitant to actually come and talk to me about it. What's made the difference? Like in that 4 weeks that we worked together, what's made a difference to your brand, and how do you personally feel about your brand right now? Before
I came to you, Piers, I felt I was going round in circles. Didn't know, I knew how to list properties, knew how to set them up, I knew how to get the bookings, and be a good customer service or a good host. And that's not just about it. But as soon as you got me on board, as time went by and the processes kicked in, and started realising exactly what you were trying to do and what was happening, it made me realise that the company now is whole with regards to, it's a company, it's out there, it's branded, it needs what it needs to be. People can find me. Even spent a few £100 on the SEO for my website, that's getting done. And all them things click together. It just feels amazing because of what you've done. And the systems and the optimized listings that you've done, and crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, mate. I definitely, if I knew about you years ago when I started, I would definitely just jump on straight away, because we as an individual business owner, you can't do everything. You need to leverage, and that's what kind of brought me onto you. Is I need to leverage someone's expertise and time to do what I can't even do, and I wouldn't even dream of. So
absolutely. And also, I mean, you have invested quite a heavy amount with ourselves to be able to get your brand out there. It's not just like, you are paid Piers and let him crack on the work. You've invested quite heavily. And one of the things we always say to our clients is, as a result of that, you're not only gaining your short-term interest for your business, but what you said was, it's a business. You want to treat it as a business, right? And long-term as well. So look, I'm really excited. And one of the things I've seen, you've personally done as well, is you have sourcing as a business, right? Now you've got service accommodation, obviously in the boosted way possible, your brand scene. How confident do you think, when you're finding properties like those, how confident do you now feel even better? Like, I don't know how you feel right now compared to what you did before.
No, do you know what? I always thought about that, and I still think about it today. When I first started sourcing, it was a matter of going out to clients and trying to find them to get business off them. And it's tough at the first. Any business, when you're starting up, it's hard to get trust and build credibility with clients that don't even know you, haven't even seen what you do. And then obviously as time goes by, you do build a bit of credibility and a bit of trust and stuff. But when you've got the knowledge of how to actually run an SA business and what the ups and downs are, and how to deal with them things, you can show more credibility to the clients that you source some properties for. Mm-hmm. So, there's a lot of sources out there that are still starting, and I wish them all the best, and they will get to a point where they will become successful. But there's a lot of people out there that will promise you the world and say, we've got this apartment here, it's going to do amazing, it's going to be £1,000 a month, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be. A lot of people say that, but don't really deliver the results. And now, of where I am now, I can use that credibility and the expertise and the leverage that I've used off yourself.
And do you know what? That's the other thing you've got in your business now, is you can really leverage what you've invested as a brand to show your potential, management clients or sourcing client that you've invested on your brand. As a result of that, you've achieved what you've achieved in the last 4 weeks with all your properties, with the bookings, right? So not only it's helped you grow your service accommodation business, but it's only also going to help you grow your management as well as sourcing, because those clients will clearly see what you've done in your business to get them the profit. Some of your management clients would love this because they will see how different you do it. So look, I'm very, very excited for you. Now, one of the questions I always ask clients now is, when you onboarded me, you didn't know what Brand Builder was or what GrowYourBnb was. What does it mean to you, and what do you think it will mean to somebody else who's now looking at investing with us?
Well, what it was just, to me, was a brand, was a logo. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what a lot of people think. But build a brand with yourself. I didn't know exactly what you were going to do. I knew it was about getting me business out there, but didn't know exactly how we were going to do it.
Yeah.
What it means to me is I've actually got a business that's, what's the word I'm looking for? Complete.
Yeah.
Regards to, you know, you can start a business and hope for the best, and you know, half of the stuff you don't even know what to do, but until you get the systems in place, and it just feels amazing, mate. The stuff that you've done and the results that we're getting now, the long-term bookings, month, 2 months, long stays, it puts a lot of pressure off me as well. With regards to how many checkouts we have and check-ins, and we can just, on the odd occasion, go in, how are you, how was your stay, anything you can do, give me a call, and that's it really. So it's made it a lot easier, and it's built our business to a level that I would never expect it to be at. So
yeah, well done. No, absolutely. And look, we've had an absolute pleasure working for you. As you know, the team's worked absolutely hard. Max, who's looked after your account, he's loved it as well. And one of the things we always appreciate you as a client was although you were on it, and some of my clients are different, you were on it like going, Piers, what's next? How do we go about achieving them? We also know that we always told you it was a process, and you totally understood what a process means now. And that is what a lot of people don't understand when I say, oh, we're building a brand for you, means you've seen it, there's so many steps to put together. And if one doesn't work well, the other one ain't going to work well for you. So that is what a clear picture of a brand builder with GrowYourBnb is. And today, with people like yourself, I would love you to now say, how does it feel? What's your plan for the next 3 to 6 months, and what do you want to achieve with your brand, so that people out there who's watching this video would want to learn from it as well? And one of the tips that you want to give them.
Going on the first part that you just said is, where's this branding that you've done for us? Where's it going to lead us? It's given me the confidence to expand on a bigger scale than I would have been able to if I was just doing it myself. And the knowledge I've got of yourself now, the stuff that you've done for me, my company, there's nothing stopping me now going out, taking over blocks of apartments. If a guy over there in that corner said, listen, there's a block, I'd take it right now, because I've got the confidence that I know I can pay the rent. And I know I can get the bookings in. So, that you've just given me the big boost up to the top level of, the SA marketing. I couldn't have done it better, myself. I'd still be stuck down below, further down with all the other let's hope it works type of clients. But yeah, you kind of up me now. There's nothing stopping me now. I'm going to be, my competitors are Dream Apartments, City City Apartments. I'm going to go bigger because of what I know, what you've done.
Absolutely, and we are very, like I've always said, we're proud to actually work with you, Sal, because the way we want to achieve our clients' results is not short term. Although we will get you short term results, my goal is next year you're going to call me and go, Piers, like, we've had a cracking year, right? This is what's happened, and that's what I want to share. Like, one of the clients I'm currently working, which has got 200 properties, I had a meeting with them yesterday, and clearly I hadn't tracked what I've done for them. Yesterday on the meeting, I was absolutely shocked that I've increased their direct booking from anywhere from 25,000 to 76,000, right? Now, for me, I never look at figures that way. I'm used to going, am I getting my client results? How am I going to get them, right? And I always look at the small detail that's going to make you guys win long term. That's my plan. Wherever I see clients getting results, I am always winning. And I always say to my clients, that is why you invest with us, right? So to end this client interview, one thing I'd like to ask you is, what would you suggest, or why would you suggest somebody to invest on brand? Now you have somebody's watching this video, would love to know, why do you think somebody should invest on brand building for service accommodation?
As you said before, I didn't even say it, the one tip is to just take action on the, leveraging other people's expertise like yourself, and your process works. And I believe that from the start. Anyone looking for SAs and really want to build it, not just a bit of cash flow on the side, if you really want to build a business for the service accommodation market, no matter where you are, branding is so important, and Piers is the one who will deliver 100%. And you will get other people trying to promote that type of stuff, but Piers is like proper genuine. I believed in from the start. I trust the process. I've got results, and now my stress levels are down. And use Piers, go for him. If you want to build a business, he'll do it right, and you're going to be amazed at the results at the end of the 4-week or 5, whatever it takes process. But yeah, go for it. It's a mistake if you don't.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Look, thank you so much for taking time out of this interview.
No worries, mate.
People, look, because you do sourcing and management as well, please shout out your company name. How can people contact you so that when somebody wants a unit off from you or they want management come to you, how do they find you?
Yeah, you can go on my Facebook page, Geoff Lloyd. You'll see Source to Invest. That's a sourcing company. We've got Unique Accommodation as well, Limited, which is on Facebook. My direct number, anyone can have it. They can give me a call, even if they want guidance or want to speak about my experience with yourself, Piers. So yeah, it's 07397 538 444. And yeah, just get in touch anytime.
Well, thank you so much. Look, I'm going to put your links down below as well on the video so people can contact you if they would like. All right? Mate, thank you so much for doing this video.
No worries.
All the best for future. And look, we'll be in touch very soon.
Yeah, have a good day, mate. Take care.
Take care, mate. Bye.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video from Geoff, and yeah, it's been an amazing journey. Like I said to you when I first started this video, not only that he's now got such a long-term bookings, and also in this video we have shown you the proof of his social media, what he's doing right now with his sourcing business, as well as his his own portfolio. But the main thing I wanted to talk about in this video is, look, you can be somebody who's just starting your short-term rental business, or you could be like Geoff, who's been in the industry before, pre-pandemic. In that pandemic, he had to give all his units back and the management units back, but came back again with a lot more better strategy. And what I say with everyone, to close this video is, look, short-term rental business now is not just about property investing. It's not about just, having a hospitality business, but it comes with marketing the property right. It comes with branding the property right. And do you know what? I'm again so grateful to be able to help Geoff and many clients. I don't know if you've watched videos of mine in this channel, but I've got a bunch of client interviews, and they all have gone through one thing, which is growing their brand and being able to to see in people's eyes and to be able to get booked the way they want their property to book. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you give a like, subscribe and share in this video, and make sure you go and watch another client interview of mine, which is my channel.